My girlfriend insisted I meet her parents over dinner. She trashed me in Italian all night thinking I wouldn't understand. He's too stupid to even know, she laughed. After dinner, I thanked her parents in fluent Italian, then exposed every lie she told them. Isabella had been demanding to meet her parents for months. Every conversation turned into, "When are you meeting my family, Marco?" She was the type who thought batting her eyelashes meant she deserved whatever she wanted. Here's what Isabella didn't know. My mother was from Bologna. She raised me speaking Italian, and after she died when I was 17, speaking it felt too painful, so I stopped. My last name's O'Brien. I look Irish American. And in 3 years, Isabella never asked about my mother's background. The dinner was at her parents' McMansion. I brought flowers and prepared to be charming. We sat down with the good china, and Isabella immediately switched to rapid-fire Italian with her parents, turning to me with a fake smile. "We're just catching up. We'll switch back to English in a few minutes." Those few minutes turned into 2 hours of me sitting there like a houseplant, while the woman I thought I loved destroyed my reputation in a language she thought was her secret weapon. But I understood every single word. It started with my career. "He's fine, but he has no real ambition." She told them, "I basically support us financially because his salary is pathetic. I make $160,000 a year. Isabella makes $45,000 selling overpriced supplements." Then my personality. "He's boring. No culture, no sophistication. It's like dating a golden retriever. Sweet, but not much going on upstairs. I have Dante's Inferno on my nightstand in Italian." Her mom asked about marriage. "I'm ready tomorrow, but he's terrified of commitment." At that moment, I had an $8,000 engagement ring in my bedroom safe for a Tuscany proposal next month. The worst part was the casual cruelty. She'd look at me with loving expressions while telling her parents I was basically a charity case she was considering dumping. Her dad finally looked at me like a disappointing house pet and asked Isabella, "Are you sure about this one?" He seemed simple. Isabella laughed and patted my hand condescendingly, looking me right in the eyes. She said to her parents, "Don't worry, he's too stupid to understand what we're saying. Look at him just sitting there with that blank smile like a trained seal. That was it. Game over." The perfect moment came as we were leaving. Her dad, probably feeling guilty, patted my shoulder and spoke in slow English like he was addressing a kindergartner. "It was very nice meeting you, Marco." I smiled, looked him straight in the eye, and let my mother's language flow out like silk. "The pleasure was all mine, Mr. Rossi," I said in perfect unaccented Italian. You know that moment in movies when the bomb timer hit 0 and everything goes silent. Mrs. Rossi's wine glass slipped and shattered. Mr. Rossi's jaw dropped so fast, I thought he might dislocate something. Isabella went white as a ghost, then green around the edges, but I wasn't done. "Before we leave," I continued in fluent Italian, "I'd like to clear up a few small misunderstandings from this evening's conversation." I pulled out my phone and showed them the Tuscany trip confirmation. First-class tickets, 4-season suite. This was your daughter's birthday surprise. Isabella's face was getting whiter by the second. She mentioned my supposed lack of interest in Italian culture. My mother, Francesca, was from Bologna. She raised me speaking her language. After she passed, it became too painful to speak. I kept it private because it was sacred to me. Mrs. Rossi's hand went to her chest, her expression changing from disgust to horror. And finally, I looked directly at Isabella, my voice ice cold. "You told your parents I was afraid of commitment. You said this knowing I've spent 2 months designing your engagement ring, planning to propose to you in the hills of Tuscany." I stood up, turned to her parents. "Thank you for everything. You have a beautiful home." Then I walked out, leaving Isabella in the wreckage she'd created. Isabella refused to leave my apartment, so I had my friends stay as backup. She escalated to theft, stealing my mother's jewelry box and $12,000 worth of belongings. When that didn't work, she and her friends began stalking me at my gym and office. I went legal, restraining order, theft charges, civil suit. The judge granted everything immediately. The real shock came during court. Isabella's father contacted my lawyer privately, horrified by his daughter's behavior. He paid the full settlement and personally returned my mother's jewelry box. Isabella walked into that courtroom expecting daddy's support and found him sitting on my side instead. 6 months later, her life had completely imploded. No job, legal bills she couldn't afford, and a reputation permanently damaged.